So when you're processing a closeout, if you ever receive a message about untracked GLs or discrepancies, such as what happens when I enter in this new closeout, so across the top, it's telling me I have discrepancies or untracked GLs. So what you need to do is under accounting, you need to go GL account breakdown. In the date range, you want to make sure that you pick whatever range that the closeout is for. When I search based on that date, you'll see that I have both untracked press and untracked department items. So generally anything that's untracked department items, untracked stock, untracked deposits, anything like that, normally just means that a GL account has not been assigned to something. An untracked press could be either. It could be that a GL isn't assigned, but it is more likely that you have an order that has no press and someone has overridden the price, which basically means that the catch-all of the difference that they overrode has nowhere to go. So looking at the first one, so untracked department items. So opening up that item, I know it was for $5 because it told me right here that we have a difference of $5. So it's easy to look for, and in here we have $5. So this is my only department item, it's for $5. So now I know that my RIP fee has no GL account. So if I go into settings, and under accounting, I go to GL accounts, I can come down to the department item section, and under graphics, I can see that my RIP fee has no GL. So all I need to do is set one, and it will automatically save itself, and then that one should be good. If I were to come back here and hit search, I should no longer have an untracked department item. I just have an untracked press. So we want to determine if this press is missing a GL or this is an overridden price. So if I open up this item, it's obviously been posted, so I can't see too much, but I can tell right away because I have no press tab, I have no press. And someone has typed in $50. This job literally has no specs on it, but it's for $50, and the system just doesn't know where to put those funds. So the first thing that you have to remember to do is go into settings and under accounting into financial. You want to make sure that manually enter invoice date is set to yes. If it's set to no, set it to yes. And unpost orders from the past month is set to yes. Once they are both yes, hit save. Manually enter invoice date is going to allow you to keep the original invoice date that you had. If it's set to no and you try to repost this order, it's going to go back to today's date. So if we are cleaning up, if it's September and we're cleaning up August, it's now going to fall into September. So we want to make sure this is yes so we can keep it in August. And we also, again, if this is September and the order's from August, we need this set to yes in order to unpost it because it's a previous month. So once those are yes, we're going to go into the order and we're going to unpost it. And I'm going to go in to the item and I'm going to edit it. So a common one for this is that there are specs of the job, there just is no press. So a good one is stock only orders. They've entered in a stock, the stock's come up and said it's $46.57, but they want to charge $50. So in the quantity table, they've entered in 50, but because the stock was only $46.57, it has $3.43 that it needs to put somewhere. So without a press to catch either the positive or the negative, you end up with untracked income. So in this instance, because we don't have anything else on the job, someone has just said we're selling this for $50. I'm going to go in the press tab, and I'm going to assign a press. So because I don't really want anything to calculate, I'm just going to pick, obviously, one that needs to go with your GL. So if you have a stock-only press, you'll want to pick that. In this case, this was a donation and was just done incorrectly, so I'm going to put it under the donation press. I want to make sure that everything stayed at $50. Obviously, because this is an override, it will, but just ensuring that things don't recalculate. And then I want to come back to my order and post it again. Now, because I have my date set, my date didn't change. It didn't try to go to a different date or ask me to put one in. So when it's all cleaned up, we'll check our GL account breakdown again. And if there's no untracked, which in this case, I guess the press is untracked. So let's go into the GLs. So that was settings, accounting, and then GLs. And let's go to our presses. It sounds like our donation press maybe doesn't have a GL. So we're going to open up our no press. And there we go. Our donation one does not have a GL. So sometimes presses can not have GLs, and sometimes that they just don't have a catch-all. So in this case, we're going to call it outsourced, and that should be saved. So coming back to GL account breakdown again and hitting search, now wipes out all of my untracked. So now I should be able to cleanly pull out a closeout. And I need to remember to go back to financial, and I want to make sure that this is set to no and this is set to no, because I don't want any other users after I've done my closeout. They won't actually be able to unpost anything part of a closeout, but if you don't do closeouts in the system, you do not want people to be able to unpost orders from past months, and you want the invoice date to automatically default to today. Otherwise, people might start posting backwards post closeout, which also runs into trouble with getting a good clean closeout.